from the Small Business Administration. I work in the Office of Government Contracting and Business Development in the All Small Mentor Protege program. And I am substituting in for my director, Ms. Holly Schick, who couldn't be with us today. I'm the Deputy Director of the program. So I'm very glad to see, well, a little intimidated to see that the attendee list keeps going up. Oh, see, it just went from 113 to 114. But anyway, welcome to the SBA's first Virtual Resource Partner Conference. And with no further ado, I will get started. The concept of the mentor-protege relationships in the federal space. Our program, the All Small Mentor Protege program, which is quite a mouthful, so we refer to it as the ASMPP, or All Small, so that's what I'll be referring to it today. The program was designed to enhance the capabilities of protege firms by requiring approved mentors to provide business development assistance in order to improve the protege's capacity to successfully compete for federal contracts, learn new and improved business practices, and explore export readiness for international trade and contracts. There are 11 other federal agencies that had or continue to have mentor-protege programs, including the Department of Defense. SBA's authority under our new regulations for this program allow us to review the other agencies' mentor-protege programs, and that will take place sometime this year. The Department of Defense's program will stay intact and is not subject to review by the SBA. As background, the legislative authorization for the All Small program were the 2010 Jobs Act and the 2013 NDAA. Just as some history, the SBA has a well-established mentor-protege program for SBA 8A certified firms, but it lacked a mentor-protege program for other small business concerns, and specifically one for specialized certified concerns, such as the Women-Owned Small Business Program, the Service-Disabled Veteran-Owned Small Business Participants, and HubZone certified businesses. So there was a call to have a program created at SBA that would cover these firms, as well as just small businesses in general that fit within SBA's different NAICS codes, certifications for small business. So the final rule for our program was published on July 25th, 2016, and it became effective on August 24th, 2016. And the official launch date for our program was October 1, 2016. And so the All Small Mentor Protege program was created. The SBA decided to have one program for all those types of businesses rather than having 4 different ones. And when our program was created regulatorily, there were rules that were revised for the current 8A Mentor Protege program in order to streamline its application process and make it consistent with the new All Small Mentor Protege program. It also clarified definitions with regard to joint venture agreements. The services that mentors provide to proteges under this program were divided into management and technical assistance, which refers to internal business management systems, financial assistance in the form of equity investments and/or loans that the mentor can make to the protege. The mentor can own up to 40% of the protege. Contracting assistance, including contracting processes, capabilities, acquisitions, and performance. Trade education, which refers to international trade education, including the mentor providing assistance in teaching the protege how to export, to provide international trade business plan and assistance, and to help the protege in finding international markets for its product or services. There's also business development assistance to be provided, including strategy, finding contracting and partnership opportunities, and general and/or administrative assistance, business processes and support, what you would basically think of as back office support. And the protege can choose from 1 to 2 to all of these, but they don't have to pick one from each. They can mix and match as they like, depending on what works for them and their mentor. So the program administration. The All Small program is run out of SBA headquarters in Washington, D.C., as opposed to the 8A's distributive model. And if you're familiar with that, you know that to apply as an 8A to the 8A's Mentor Protege program, you go through the protege firm goes through its business opportunity specialist at the SBA district office, and then that agreement process gets approved through the chain of command up to the district director in the district office, and then it is recommended for approval and sent to SBA headquarters. That is done electronically now, but it's still done through email. Our program is, it uses one of SBA's new online portals. It's called certify.sba.gov, and the protege uses that totally online to upload its documents and apply. There is an online course tutorial requirement for both the protege and the mentor, and they have to take that. It's about 25 to 30 minutes. It's on SBA's website under our Learning Center. And once that's done, the firm would apply using their MPA agreement, and the basic term for a mentor and a protege for the agreement is 3 years, and it can potentially be renewed for an additional 3. There's an annual review and evaluation each year in order to make sure that the protege is getting the assistance that was outlined in the mentor-protege agreement. We have a template mentor-protege agreement that is on our website as well. And the volume that we're going to receive is really unknown at this point, since we've only been accepting applications for about 3.5 months now. But they are coming in. And some additional highlights of our program are that a protege may generally only have 1 mentor at a time. SBA may approve a second mentor for a protege where no competition exists. There's new NAICS codes and new mentor skills that would assist the protege. And a protege may have 2 mentors over its lifetime with SBA. That includes in the 8A program and the All Small Mentor Protege program. Both the protege and the mentor must be for profit, with the exception of proteges can be agricultural cooperatives. Mentors, a mentor can have no more than 3 proteges at the same time. There's no lifetime limit for mentors. A participant can be both a protege and a mentor at the same time, if there is no competition or conflict between those two relationships. It's a self-certifying program in that the protege has to be small in the size standard corresponding to its primary NAICS code, or if they're seeking business development in a secondary NAICS code and they qualify as small in SAM.gov. SBA will not authorize mentor-protege agreements in a second NAICS code in which a firm has never performed any work, or where the firm would only bring its status to the mentor as being small and nothing else. I see comments about whether or not the sound is working, so I'm trying to speak up. I'm a little nervous. For existing 8A firms in the last 6 months of the 8A program wishing to transfer their 8A mentor-protege relationship to the all-small mentor-protege program, the online application allows for them to do so. They don't need to reapply, and they will be able to just answer one question, and then the application will come through to us. We do require an upload of the business plan, and there are no financial statements or tax returns as part of the application process. Just so you guys know, I can see your questions, and I'm going to try and get to them while I am speaking, but if not, I'll go back to the slides. Let's see, I'm turning up my computer volume. The other thing is that I'm sure that we will be able to get you a copy of the slides. I will touch base with the folks that are running the virtual conference to see how that can be done if it's not going to already happen. I saw somebody ask a question about what information does SBA want in the business plan. We don't have a template for the business plan. What we would, there are various business plan templates that are out there. I know for 8As, SBA has a business plan format called the 1010C business plan. That thing is about 55 or 60 pages. They can use that, and they could also use other various available templates. What they do need to do is make sure there's an up-to-date business plan, and it talks about what they are doing for why they're interested in participating in the All Small Mentor Protege program and how it's going to match up with what their business plans are. But I didn't say that right. Their plans for their business. And should the firms get an approved Mentor Protege program and decide to enter into a joint venture for the All Small Mentor Protege program, we will not be reviewing or approving joint venture agreements. Those will be approved by whatever the procuring agency is that has put out the solicitation that the JV is applying for. That is different from the, that is different from the 8A program, which if an all small mentor protege participant is an 8A and is submitting on an 8A solicitation, they have to submit that joint venture to their processing BOS at the district office. But if it's a non-8A solicitation, oh, sorry, my computer went to sleep there for a second, it's awake now. There will be a listing of the All Small Mentor Proteges, mentor and proteges that will be on our website. We're working to get it posted now. And there are no requirements for financial statements from the mentor or the protege. The SBA has the ability to request those if necessary, but it is not something that is requested as part of our normal practice. Okay, for our marketing approach to potential mentors and proteges, we started a soft launch on October 1st. The online portal called certified.sba.gov wasn't up and running until November 1. So we had a process where we accepted applications through email. We no longer do that, and those folks that did get accepted through email had to go to SBA's certified.sba.gov in order to complete and update their registration. You can go to our webpage, which is right there on the screen. It's sba.gov/all-small-MPP. You can also contact SBA's help desk, and we are producing frequently asked questions and fact sheets that are customized for various stakeholders, like you all, resource partners. We also are developing ones for federal contracting officers, our district offices, and for industry. This is just a screenshot of our SBA website, specifically under contracting. If you would scroll down, you'd see that, I hope you can see my pointer. I'm pointing to All Small Mentor Protege program, because that's where our information is located. And this is just another screenshot showing that once you click on the All Small MPP link, this is what you would see. And it talks about our program, eligibility requirements, and then how to apply. And then here's a little bit more information about how your potential protege clients would apply. They have to make sure that they are registered in the System for Award Management, SAM, before they submit their mentor protege application. They then go to certified.sba.gov and make sure that they have their information updated there. And one thing that we stress to potential proteges who we get in contact with, and I'm sure you would do as well when they're your clients, are to advise them to evaluate and select their mentor prior to applying. This program is not a matching program, and SBA is not going to find a mentor for you. But it's good advice for all business people to make sure you know who you're going to do business with, because when you enter into that mentor protege program, it's a 3-year base agreement with an additional potential 3 years. And I always joke around that getting married is almost easier than it is to do business with someone, because it's not to be flip, but when you are sharing finances and potentially going after work together, you need to make sure that that company is one that's going to be compatible with the protege's business plan, business philosophy. Okay, little sidetrack there. After they have a mentor and have the mentor-protege agreement in place, they need to begin the All Small application process. Both the protege and mentor have to complete the online tutorial and have a certificate for each one of them indicating that they've completed it and have that ready for uploaded, as well as the mentor-protege agreement and business plan. And they should have that all together when they apply through certified.sba.gov. This is the front page of certified.sba.gov, and it allows you to get started, and or if you've already set up an account, you want to come back and complete your application, you go to login. And you do have the ability to start the process and then save it and come back. It's not going to disappear. And then this is a screenshot of SBA's Learning Center. And the first class here where it says SBA's All Small Mentor Protege Program, and it says Go to Course. That's where the mentor and protege go to take the tutorial. And then what we're looking for help from you all as resource partners is to help provide that counseling and guidance to, because you're out there in the field interacting with proteges on a daily basis. And so the help and guidance that you provide to them is immeasurably useful and helpful. And so these are just a couple of listing of services that you can provide. Basically, counseling and guiding the potential protege to let them know if this program is something that's right for their small business. Are they ready to sell to the government? And so help with working with them to evaluate form templates such as JV agreements and mentor-protege agreements, assisting small businesses in managing their mentor-protege agreements once approved, and joint venture agreements. And also, of course, in collaborating with your local district offices, business opportunity specialists. And just as an aside, before I came to work in this program, I worked as a lead business opportunity specialist in SBA's Baltimore office. And also to direct customers to SBA's webpage for details. We're also looking forward to having, which we've already had discussions with several resource partners, SBTCs, PTACs, but the ongoing feedback that you can provide to us in the Central All Small Mentor Protege office in Washington is most helpful, because from you we can hear what's working, what's not working, what do you need that you don't have, hopefully some things that may be working well. And you can reach out to us using our central mailbox, which is All Small Mentor Protege Program, All Small MPP at SBA.gov. And that is it. So I can take questions now. I guess the best way to do them is through chat. If any of the participants would like to type the questions in, and then, okay, I see one. How long does each company have to be in business is the question. And we do not have a, we don't have a requirement of how long the companies have to be in business, but in either whatever NAICS code they apply in, they have to show, if it's not their primary NAICS code, they have to show documentation indicating that they've done work in that NAICS code, potentially contracts, canceled checks, invoices to show that they have experience in that NAICS code. And the turnaround time on the application, if it's a fully completed application, it's between, I'm going to say 5 to 7 business days at this time, of course, with the caveat that that is a complete application, that we don't have to go back to the protege or mentor for additional information, because that will take longer. Only the protege needs a business plan. The mentor does not need a business plan. Yes, you can get a copy of the presentation. That was a question that was just asked. I'm going to find out from the host who's setting this up how to get them out to the various people. But I believe you had to register online with at least your email address to be participating in the conference. So we will figure out how to get you applications. I'm sorry, how to get you copies of the presentation. The difference between, our next question says, is what is the difference between this program and the existing program? The difference between this program and the existing program is that only 8A certified firms can participate in the 8A Mentor Protege program, and in our program, businesses, as long as they're small, including veteran-owned businesses, women-owned small businesses, and hub-owned firms can participate in this. An 8A firm can choose to participate in our program, but they can also stay in the 8A Mentor Protege program if they'd like to. Next question is, can you confirm again what documents are required to apply? You need to be certified, both the protege and the mentor, in SAM.gov, and then the protege and the mentor need to have certificates showing they completed the online class. Then they have to have the mentor protege agreement signed, and the protege has to provide a copy of a business plan. See any update on veteran business certification? Veteran business certification, SDVOSB, service disabled veteran-owned small businesses can participate in the program. Then there was a question about, have any applications been rejected? Yes, some applications have been rejected, mostly because the protege, if they're applying in a secondary needs code, hasn't provided information showing that they were certified in the, experienced in the secondary needs code that they wanted to get into the program in. Then I see a question. Hey, Valerie. I used to work with Valerie in Baltimore. And if a protege inadvertently chooses, right now there is a limit for only 2 protege relationships in the mentor protege program. And I agree that there may be issues if a firm chooses a mentor and things don't work out, but right now there is a limit. That is something of 2. There is not, oh, sorry, my computer went stupid again. There is not a list right now of mentors wanting proteges. We don't maintain that. We need the mentor and the protege to already have a relationship formed before they come into the program. But with regard, following up on Valerie's question, there is potential that the FBA could, in updates to these regulations for our program, allow the ability for a protege to potentially have more than 2 mentor relationships between the 8A program and this program in extenuating circumstances. That's not there yet. And with regard to, can the presentation be uploaded to the SCORE website for access? That I don't know. That may be something that we can touch base with SCORE. I guess it's a national website, and see whether or not we can put that presentation up there for review. Are contracting officers getting educated on this program? Also, is there anything in FAR that talks to this program? So contracting officers are getting educated on this program. We did a similar webinar to this one about a month or so ago, and I believe it was to about 750 contracting officers participated, and there's about 15,000, I was told, on a mailing list that receives the slides afterwards. So we did reach out to them, and we do get questions from them. There is not anything in the FAR right now that talks to this program, because the FAR does not get changed until after SBA has finalized their regulations. Then the FAR, with regard to all different things, including this program, the FAR Council starts their process of putting SBA's regulations into the FAR after our regulations are implemented. And so they're going through the process to update them for the All Small program now. One of the things that we are doing right now, since there really isn't information in the FAR. We're working to get information about certified all small mentor-protege agreements showing up in the FAR. But to cover that until we do get the FAR updated and SAM.gov updated, we send, when we send an approval letter to our protege, we include information that they should use the approval letter as verification that they're in an all small mentor-protege relationship. And our regulations also require that when a joint venture relationship is created under the all small program, the protege and or the joint venture have to provide a certification to both the contracting officer and SBA when they're going to submit an offer under this program. And we include a template for that in our letter, approval letter to our proteges. Okay, I will relist the requirements. The requirements are, maybe I can go, actually I'll just say it because I'm not sure if I can go back in the slides. But what you need to do is the mentor and protege have to have a relationship already formed. They have to make sure that they are both certified in SAM.gov. They have to take an online course, both the mentor and protege, about the program that is on SBA's website in our Learning Center. They have to print out those certificates, and then they go to a website called certified.sba.gov and apply. And the mentee, I'm sorry, I keep saying mentee, the protege also has to have a business plan that they must upload as part of the application process. So it's the 2 certificates, the mentor-protege agreement, and the business plan, and then they apply. Does the small business, oops, I have to keep my computer away. Does the small business have to be actively participating on federal contracts to be eligible for the MP program? No. They could have experience in either commercial work or state or municipal or local government work. They do, when a firm has more, okay, the next question is, when a firm has more than one socioeconomic designation, do they need to select one when applying for the program? No, they do not. I know that decisions are being made centrally, but will the BOS, Business Opportunity Specialist, assist the team with questions? Absolutely, especially if the firm that is applying is an 8A firm that's being serviced by one of SBA's district offices. We absolutely reach out to the local business opportunity specialist to ask them questions about the firm. We generally like to see if the firm, how they're doing in their 8A process, you know, what's the latest annual review, and if we just have other questions. Sometimes a mentor may have another 8A relationship and will touch base with the district office about that mentor too, just to get their feedback as to how they're doing. Oh, do existing 8A firms have a leg up? Not particularly. There hasn't been a anything that would make an 8A firm. Sometimes they are familiar with SBA, and if they have a business plan that's already complete that they need to start getting 8A contracts, I think that is helpful for them, but there's not any different consideration being given to them. The only quote-unquote leg up that an existing 8A firm would get is if one already has an 8A mentor-protege relationship and it is coming into the program in its last 6 months of participation in 8A and asking about coming into the program, that application gets processed very quickly because it's not really an application, it's just a request to transfer. Okay, next question was from Valerie Robinson about what forms does an agricultural cooperative take? A corporation, an LLC, an LLP, or an LP? I do not know. We have not had one yet. I imagine I'll be consulting with our Office of General Counsel when we do get one. Next question is, talk about the processing of JVs under the All Small Mentor Protege program. Many questions on the process. Well, our program is set up so that we do not review or approve joint venture relationships under the All Small Mentor Protege program. They have to get approved if it is an 8A solicitation. The JV would still get processed and approved through the processing business opportunity specialist for the 8A firm. If it's a non-8A solicitation, then the contracting officer would be the one who would review that joint venture agreement. However, basically what you can use as a checklist for your firms is tell them to review 13 Code of Federal Regulation, so CFR 125.8. That lays out the requirements for a joint venture under the All Small Mentor Protege program or under the 8A Mentor Protege program. Oh, sure, we can do that. That's part of what we're going to be putting together for our frequently asked questions for district offices. 13th, yeah, I know. I guess just as an aside, I'm what I call a recovering attorney. So before I came to work for SBA, I did practice law, government contracts for a long time. So reviewing regulations is something that isn't too hard for me, but we will write it up so that it is something that you can review and show to your clients as well. I got a question. If a firm is WOSB certified and has participated in local government projects, they're, able to participate in the MP program. That's right. If a firm is women-owned small business certified, they're small for the NAICS code that they're applying for, and they have experience in that NAICS code, they can participate in the Mentor Protege program. The mentor may have to have been participating in a federal project. One of the things we look at is we evaluate the mentor to make sure that they have experience that would be useful to a small business who is seeking to apply for this program. If the mentor doesn't have any experience and it doesn't seem like they have the capacity to provide assistance to a protege, then that's something that we would consider in potentially declining such a proposed relationship. I believe that we do have an updated flyer that provides an overview of the program, and we'll have information about the joint venture process, and we will be providing that on our website shortly. Next question says, what are the benefits of the program to the mentor? Well, in addition to being good corporate citizens, if the mentor and protege form a joint venture under the program, they get what's called an exclusion from affiliation, and that joint venture would take on the certification of the protege. So, for example, if I was a woman-owned small business that applied, got approved under a mentor protege program, and was small for a NAICS code that I was applying to the program, that I'd applied to the program in, I would be, that JV would be considered small for that solicitation. Another thing to point out, which I don't think I had mentioned yet, was even though a protege applies in a particular NAICS code, let's just say 541, 512, because that's their primary NAICS code and they're small for that, they're not limited to solicitations that are in that NAICS code alone. As long as it's a NAICS code that they're small for, they can submit solicitations. We would be glad to. I see another question that says, do we plan another webinar series on this topic? It would be good to announce and show at our Women's Business Center. We are always open to providing webinar and other outreach to resource partners. We would be glad if you wanted to. You can reach out to us at our mailbox, allsmallmpp@sba.gov. Or you can also shoot me an email. My email address is Sandra, S-A-N-D-R-A, .Clifford, C-L-I-F-F-O-R-D, @sba.gov. And we can talk offline and see when we'd be able to set something like that up. I see, is there an abbreviated presentation that can be shared with field staff to cover the basics of the program when out in the field? Sure, we can provide you something like that. And how many applications have we received? Let's see, how many applications have you received since the soft launch? Are you expecting a big jump in applications? If so, when? So we have received approximately 75 to 80 applications since the soft launch, and we are expecting a big jump in applicants. Well, it's my understanding that we're going to be ramping up our marketing, and so in this new year, and as a result, we expect that we will be receiving a big jump in applications. And then there's a question about will I be doing, or will we be doing a webinar for the public? That is a good question. I am not sure if SBA might be doing something for general small businesses about this. It's possible. Okay, well, it looks like I am running out of time, so thank you very much for participating. Please reach out to us at allsmallmpp@sba.gov, and thank you very much for your interest in our program and for participating in today's virtual conference. Hope you all have a great day. Thank you.